4, 6, that's 10, and then the hoplite is a 2/3. No, it's not lethal even. We only have 13 points of damage. 6, 4, yeah. If it's a feat of resistance, it's lethal. But I think it's a God's Willing.
But even then, feat of resistance, he runs how many?
He's playing 1.
Just the one of?
Oh man, sometimes you got him eyes.
So this is interesting. This is very close to the Joe Lissette list. Sans the Stratus walks.
So now Tommy is going to attack. Yeah. I don't know. I think not attacking that one turn is really coming back to haunt him.
Sure. Boy.
Okay, so make my guy monstrous.
The line's big.
Alright, Max just threw a Sorin, so he's just going to jam that. Oh, I think he's going to play his other creature first. Okay. No, he has Gather Courage.
Gather Courage is the other card.
Yeah. Now, we can give our creatures protection. But I think we still... Because, yeah, we can't even... Yeah, we're just dead. Because, once again, favored... Battle-wise Hoplite cannot block. No, that's... No, can't block.
Yeah, that is it. That is actually something that cannot be happening.
Yeah. So Max is going to remind Tommy that Stratus Walk says...
There it is.
You can only block creatures with flying.
Whoops.
And Tommy is going to say, man, I should have been attacking with this creature. You would probably be dead right now if I did.
To be fair, interesting fact, Tommy just got his wisdom teeth taken out.
He
and
did.
Actually came here to play in this GPT.
Yeah.
Right afterwards.
He did say the drugs had worn off, though, so... I mean, he does have it, like, if he... a potential out is, I'm going to cast God's Willing, a Battle-wise Hoplite, name Blue, remove the aura, and then now I can block.
Can block,
you know?
sure.
It's not great, but...
But you kill a rhino.
You do kill a rhino. You do eat a rhino. I think that's...
Your line of play is not bad.
I think that's what Tommy has to do here, because he's just dead. And then I think we also need to probably give the Battle-wise Hoplite protection, or the favorite Hoplite protection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, either way, this is just miserable for us. Max is going to gain some life, 5 life.
Sure.
At least. Because all the creatures are 5 power. So he's at least going to gain... Yeah, he's going to scoop it up.
All
He's
right.
going to be 5/10, yeah. So
That was Max had a good hand after the mulligan.
But Tommy drew well enough to beat him.
I agree.
I mean, Tommy actually should have won that matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he was put into a position to win that matchup. I still think if Max is a little bit more aggressive and is just attacking, just jamming Siege Rhinos into the red zone, I think Max probably just wins that matchup.
Okay.
And I don't think he gets to that position. But, yeah. Got to read your cards, though.
You do. You always have to make sure you're reading the cards correctly.
So, moving on to the sideboards here. Tommy has an Ajani's Presence, an Aqueous form, 2 Brimez, an Erase, 2 Glare of Heresy, 2 Lagona Band Trailblazers, a Mortal Obstinacy, 1 Ordeal of Heliod, 3 Stubborn Isles, and 1 Treasure Cruise.
So this is interesting. So once again, going back to the list that Joe Lissette, captain of Team NRG, was running, I noticed this as we were talking earlier. He's only got 1 copy of Ordeal of Heliod mainboard, and I know Joe played 2 with an additional copy in the sideboard to allow yourself access to 3.
Yeah.
For situations essentially like this, where that card would have been great had you drawn into it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not, I've played with multiple Ordeal of Heliods, and it's been pretty good, and I can see the argument for playing more of them. And you're right, I think in this matchup I'd bring in the other one, and it's good. But there are some matches where it's just kind of like, do I want to, it's essentially you don't really, all you do is make your guy bigger, but you kind of like his card disadvantage, just like playing Feed to Clans or any life gain spell. I think it's good in this matchup. I'm bringing it in. But I don't know if I like 2 main deck. That's where, because it's not good against everybody, you know?
Sure. So what else do you like in the sideboard then that you think Tommy should look to?
I'm going to be honest. Ives and Aggro is a deck I find a little bit difficult to sideboard against.
Okay.
Because they do have protection, or they do have removal spells, but they also have just these creatures that are there. They're just straight up capable of erasing you.
Yes. Especially post sideboard. I mean, when they get into their sideboard spells.
So
for sure.
Cards that I don't like I don't like feat of resistance. Max is playing 2 Abzan charms, but I just think it's kind of too slow. So I'm probably bringing one of those out. I don't know how much I like Triton Tactics. I kind of like wavered on it when I've like played it in the sideboard of whether or not I want to bring it in. It's pretty good. It does stop them from racing.
Yep.
It allows you to untap and block, and also get. I do like Laguna Band Trailblazers, especially on the play. I like to just be able to have more 1-drops where if I can, get the 1-drop ordeal, I could just nut draw people.
Yep.
So I do like that. Plus they're good because like they block Fleece Mainline and stuff.
They're big. They're big butts.
They don't block Rakshasa Death Dealer all that well since they can just pump. Glare Heresy, bringing it in. Kills Anafenza, Siege Rhino, Sorin if need be. I don't think I might board out Stubborn Denial here. I know Max is like
really.
Yeah.
Knowing the pool that Max is now reaching into for his sideboard, where you see 3 Drowned in Sorrows, 3 Bio Blights, 2 Despise, and even Whip in the sideboard. Are you not bringing in?
Yeah, but I don't know. So I don't know what he's bringing. I know he's bringing in Bile Blight. I don't know if he's bringing in Whip. I don't think he's going to bring in Drown in Sorrow. I don't even like Drown in Sorrow that much in this deck. It kills a fair number of your guys. It doesn't kill a ton.
Sure.
I like Back to Nature. I don't like 3 Back to Nature. It can be pretty good, but it can also just be straight up miserable. Especially if your opponent is capable of playing around it and like casting their ordeals when you don't have 2 mana open.
Sure.
I don't know if I like Despise all that much. Although once again, it is capable of hitting capable of hitting the old like 1 creature in a million protection spell lines, and then just completely ruining your opponent. So I'm for sure ringing in Bile Blight. I probably actually take out Gather Courage. It's a card I just don't really like.
It does seem gimmicky when we've seen it, but it's also saved and put him in a good pinch. So
there have been some crazy blowouts with it, but I'm probably taking it out. I might take out Herald of Torment too, at least some.
I feel like the Wingmate Rock is actually pretty good here for Max. If he decides to bring out something like Herald of Torment, I would almost bring in the Wingmate Rock. I mean, you only have 2 copies of it. It provides you with at least some sort of aerial threat.
Yeah, I don't particularly like Wingmate Rock. Whenever I played against this deck, that's been the least of my concerns.
Sure.
Is Wingmate Rock. I'm more scared of like just curving into Siege Rhino with Anafenza and just.
And Anafenza is a good card.
Having a million mana up for Rakshasa Death Dealer because that card is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You just be like, oh, take for 6.
Yep. It's the new generation's Putrid Leech. It's very good. So we see the start of game 2 here. Tommy already mulliganing, which cannot be that great for him unless he starts drawing into something good, because he is on the play.
Yeah, the deck doesn't mulligan all that well. It is a synergy deck trying to piece things together.
Sure.
But you still could get, or Max is gonna make a smiley face. I thought he was gonna ship it back.
I did too.
No, he's just gonna show his opponent that he's going to crush him. But yeah, you're still capable of getting the favorite Hoplite or the 1-drop into an Ordeal of Thassa draw to unmulligan yourself.
Yep. Or even if he did bring in the Trailblazer, you have the turn 1 Laguna Band, which is really strong.
Yeah, Bile Blight this, buddy.
So
he does have a 1-drop.
Yeah.
He does have a white mana source. I don't think he has the
blue?
He
Just
does.
He does. He has the blue. He has it in the temple. So this is actually not a bad hand for him. It looks like favorite Hoplite, Battle-Wise Hoplite, and then a Defiant Strike?
Yeah.
And 2 land. Interesting. So decides not to play the favored first turn.
It looks like he has an Ordeal of Heliod. I don't know if he has the second land, so this top card might be a land. So Tommy brought in Brimaz. I don't know how much I like Brimaz.
This is the favorite.
Once again, I mean, we have Battle-Wise. I was just going to snap Battle-Wise.
Yep.
I'm going to play the 2/2. Once
again, there's the Air of the Wild.
Yeah. So, I guess now. So now we have to waste a mana essentially, because we can attack, and if our opponent blocks, we can just give our guy prevent all damage to trade.
Give him the pro green.
But which is something we couldn't do with Battle-Wise Hoplite.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like using my mana.
I agree. I think you have to.
And then this is awful. If he just Defiant strikes just a cantrip and get a token on his guy, it's just awful.
I can't agree with that.
I think he needs to read the cards because, yeah, being able to prevent the damage is pretty
Interesting enough, he did draw into Heliod's Pilgrim.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it. He's stuck on two lands.
And we have a Hero of Iroas.
Maybe,
interesting.
See, I think he's trying to. It looks like he has he has 2 Hero of Iroas, a Burmez, and a Battle Ice Hoplite.
Correct.
Yeah. Like, you can't even attack because we can't trip. Yeah, just things are not going well for us.
Interesting to see what Max wants to run out here. Here comes my Hair of the Wild, he says.
All right. Well, I think it just. Well,
you let it through.
Yeah, because
I'm not even.
I mean,
okay, or trade.
Well, we just get blown out there by Abzan Charm.
Sure.
Which might not be the worst. We also just get our entire board cleared, which seems super good. But if Max has a 4th land and just gets stuck on, okay, Max has a 4th land, we're just gonna get Siege Rhino'd Sorin out of the game again. Tommy has a million creatures. That's not the problem with his hand. The problem with his hand is that he only has 2 lands, and now Max is casting Siege Rhinos into our 2/2s. Man, stinking green creatures.
21-16.
Ruining the fun of the white weenie, man.
Oh, jeez. This is not.
Tommy does draw his 3rd land, but it's 2-3 turns
It's
too late.
It's very late. Especially after having both the favorite Hoplite and the Battle Ice Hoplite, and then drawing the Heliod's Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the potential there to really accelerate your game state.
Now, I wonder if Tommy is in such bad shape that he just needs to try to get Max, to try to call Max's bluff by, ordealing his guy and then being like, alright, well, I got a protection spell. If you want to trade my protection spell for your guy. Well, and I don't know if Max is going to see that because Tommy did play favorite Hoplite on turn 1 with a mana open and then just cantripped off of it.
Sure.
I don't know. If I'm Max, I'm just... Well, what does Max have in his hand? He's got Fleece Mainland and Sorin?
Yes.
No, I might not block there. I mean, if our Siege Rhino dies, and we're pretty... Sorin isn't that good. He's just making a bunch of chump blockers.
Well, now he's going to be good.
Well, yeah, Sorin is crazy here. No, Silence the Believers.
That's a Silence the Believers.
I just play Sorin.
I think I would have played Sorin as well. I think if I'm playing a card like Silence of the Believers, especially against this deck, I want to try and get...
Yeah, no, actually, I guess Brimaz is pretty decent against the Sorin play, actually. Because we can't... Well, Tommy can't attack, but he can with God's Willing. I don't know. It's tough to say.
Well, now he's clear for an open board with this...
yeah, now
this hero.
Now we can get in there with our hero.
But boy, he's still...
Be a hero.
He's got the Ordeal.
Just gotta cast it.
He can get it in for 1, and then he can cast the Laguna Band if he needs a blocker on the back. But
it's also possible he just wants to play Heliod's Pilgrim. He's seen 2 removal spells out of Max. Maybe he just wants to be like, alright, well...
Get another one?
Yeah. But
sure.
I'd probably just do this. Probably just Ordeal my guy, and then hope to maybe draw a land that I can then... Oh, God, it's all miserable. It's all miserable.
Yeah, it's not...
Can't Heliod's Pilgrim and then get an Ordeal, and... It's not good for us.
Alright, so?
But I guess we're going to gain 10 life, provided Max doesn't have a removal spell, so... I think we need to play that 0-4, or...
I think you have to play, yeah.
I think it's just playing... I don't know, we've tapped out, I don't know how many turns before in a row, you know?
Here comes the Rhino.
We clearly don't have God's Willing. We just tapped out 3 or 4 turns.
Maybe you're trying to keep Stubborn Denial up. You know, it's...
Yeah, that's fair.
That's probably your best assumption at this point, is you're just trying to keep...
Yeah.
Trying to keep your opponent on your toes, no matter what.
Yeah, I think the bluffing Stubborn Denial here is fine. Because now we have a 4-power creature when before it's Max has a million mana. If he wants to just kill our guy,
he can just do it. Guy. Correct.
Stubborn Denial is kind of not very good. Max attacking it again. I could just Anafen's in Fleece Main Line. Yeah, so once again.
Ooh, the Rakshasa.
He showed it to him. And I don't know if he doesn't have the mana to cast both. He doesn't have double white.
That's true.
Ooh, there's a Glera Heresy, which...
It's a decent draw.
Guess it'll kill Anafenza. We'll be able to... Or do we kill... Which giant creature do we kill?
I
And offense.